Hey, David, really appreciate you hopping on here, taking some time out of your day to sort of go over what you do with our company here. What I want to do, first off, jumping in here, is just sort of ask you, give us a little bit of a background about yourself and maybe your story, some of the types of clients you like to work with. Like, what does that sort of whole sort of situation look like?
Well, as you know, I am the longest running professional trainer in the state of Alabama, and I'm the third longest in the United States. I've been doing this for 36 years. And most of my clients are obedience and protection clients. Really, most of my clients are just problem dogs. It's all together. And my thing is not really teaching the dog; it's teaching the people about the dog. So it's a little bit different. It is a little bit different, but it is the better way of doing things, teaching people about their animals and teaching them how to continue what we put in them. And it works out very well that way. So when I first started with you, it was pretty much null and void. I had some incidents with some other advertising agencies that weren't putting out, and things had kind of slowed down almost drastically. I went from 325,000 a year to down to about 150, and since I've started with you, last month was a $70,000 month. This is probably going to be close to that as well. The following month's going to be close to that as well. So, that in 3 months right there, that's $200,000 right there. So, I do know that the way I was advertising before, which was through videos, those were a little bit different leads. Those people actually acted like they knew me, so they were ready to go when they called. So it's more like hey, when can I bring my dog in? The way we're advertising now is a little bit different. I do have to talk to them a little bit more. It's almost like a cold call in a way. They don't know me as well as they would if they had seen me before. But that's okay because it's gotten my brain re-energized to where I can talk better and talk more openly about what I'm doing with these dogs, and it's making a better sale. To be honest with you, because my prices have went up.
Love that. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So that's something you say, cold call, because it can almost feel like that because you don't know them, they don't know you. But I like
That's
to
all.
use the term, not hot call, but I like to use the term like warm call, right? Because like
Yep.
I think one of the things that we do, and you sort of mention this every so often, like the last marketing company you had used, I believe you had to call those leads, right? I believe that was the thing. Like you had to call cold
Yeah.
leads. There's no
Yeah,
appointment.
and I did. I had to call those leads, and I mean, they just give them to me and say, "Here, call these people." This what you're doing actually makes me look bigger. It makes me look more professional. When I have and when these people are talking to me, they say, "Well, I talked to your assistant," and and the assistant being in another state from where I'm at, that even makes it look like I've got something all over the country, and which is actually good because like I say, when you're talking to somebody that says they're the longest running professional trainer in Alabama and the third in the United States, that kind of bumps things up when you got somebody in another city talking for you. And on top of that, I do want to add um, that this past October I was on Bloomberg TV, which makes me the longest running professional trainer aired on Bloomberg TV as well. I have 10 years over Caesar Milan at this point.
Oh, wow, love that. Okay,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
nice,
So
man.
been doing this a long time, been studying this a long time. And like I say, the main thing here is what I do is I make connections with people and their animals, and that's what it is.
Love that, man.
Yep.
You do a great job at this thing. And one of the things, and that's why I wanted to say it's not. It can feel like a cold call to an extent, but that's why I always like to use the term warm call because it's like we tee it up for you, right? The assistant,
That's right.
we have Alex, who's the assistant that talks to leads, books them in, we call them, we text them, we book them in. So they're warmed up to an extent, but they don't know you, don't know them still. So it could still almost feel like that, but still it's a little bit warmer than like your standard, like because most marketing companies, what they do is you as the client, you have to call, they give you a list of leads. You have, they'll generate leads online, but they expect you as the client to call them. And what ends
Yep.
up happening is you end up dealing with a lot of bad numbers. You end up dealing with leads, pick up the phone, go, I don't remember what I signed up for. You know, people who
That's
come
right.
on board with us, we don't let them bother calling the leads, you know, because
Yeah.
that's normal. But we try and weed that stuff out and just put the ones who are actually looking for dog training on your calendar, you know?
That's right. That's right. And
Um,
it's working out real good because, like I say, very few times do I get these people that say, "Oh, I forgot," or I need to reschedule." And the changes that you made over the weekend really just the phone was crazy this morning, man. The phone was actually crazy this morning. I talked to $25,000 worth of clients this morning, ready to come in here this week.
oh, dude, that's awesome. And
So
that's and it's funny you say that because one of the things I was going to bring up here too, because a lot of people, what's interesting with your account, when you first came on board, if you remember, your account did okay the first two. I mean, it was bringing in leads, but
yep,
we weren't getting the right quality of people initially.
that's right.
And what we had to do, I had a conversation with you. We then narrowed it down to focus more on the niche you more serve, and leads started coming in that were a lot better quality. And then boom, that's when you had that really good month. So I think what a lot of people don't get is, you know, there are some accounts we bring on board, boom, they hit the ground running, they get sales immediately, ads are going well, everything's really good. Sometimes we bring a client on board, ads don't do great, they don't really bring in any leads, and we have to make a bunch of tweaks to sort of get it there. And other times, as your case, ads are working, quality might not be there. But I think the big thing to note is, you know, there are tweaks to be made. So even if you had a bad experience like online advertising in the past,
Yeah, you
not an
got
end
to
of the
make those
road thing,
tweaks.
you
You
know?
got to make those tweaks, and everybody's got their own niche, man. Everybody has something that they're better at than everybody else, and that's what they need to settle on. That's what they need to settle on, and they need to figure out where they're better than everybody else, where they shine better than everybody, and that's what you want to pick on. You want to pick on it and strum it like a banjo, because if you're doing that right, you're bringing the people in, and that's like I say, that's what it's all about, man. It's all about making those connections with those people, and money ain't got nothing to do with it. The money will come.
It'll come.
Yep.
Exactly. As long as you
Yep.
keep speaking to
Don't
more
think
people.
about the money. Don't think about the money. Think about helping the dog and the people, and you don't have to worry about that money.
Absolutely, man. Good
Yep.
stuff. Well, look, David, last thing I want to ask you is, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about working with us here? What would you say to them?
Get it done, man. Get it done. Don't try anybody else. These guys have got their thing on the right road. They're going to help you. Just got to talk to them and listen to them. And again, figure out where you make yourself different from everybody else, and pick that thing and let Chris work on it, and drive the people to your phone.
Awesome, man. I appreciate the kind words, David. Really, man.
Thank you, brother.
I'm looking forward to working with you long term and keeping this thing running. You've done one heck of a job. So you're going to have one hell of
Yep.
a end of the year here for sure.
And then too, later on down the road, we're going to try something different, and get you trying something different with the horse thing. So
Oh
uh,
yeah, for sure. I
yeah,
forgot
we're going to
about
do
that.
that too. So we're gonna launch into something else here soon.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate, you know, how great of a client you are, David. Looking forward to keeping this thing running, man.
Well, thank you for doing everything you're doing, brother. You're doing a very, very good job.